Former police officer Derek Chauvin is now trying to appeal his conviction for murder. Of course, this is the murder of George Floyd that touched off nationwide protests that went on for many months. And shockingly, in this case, there was actually consequences. It happens so rarely, but with Derek Chauvin, there were. Last June, Judge Peter Cahill sentenced Chauvin to 22.5 years in prison after jurors found him guilty of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. Now, so that was the consequences. There was always a chance it was going to be appealed. It is being appealed. Now, we want to give you the argument that he's making about why those the terms of that, the sentence shouldn't go through. His attorney laid out a number of challenges, including that the trial should not have been held in Hennepin County where Floyd was killed. Now, generally you do these sorts of trials in the area where it happened. But they're arguing that it had become such a big national story at this point, and people had so much information about it and had such strong feelings about it that could have influenced things. And the lawyer says several potential jurors expressed concerns during the jury selection process that if Chauvin was acquitted, they would fear for their personal safety and worried about more violence. He said, the lawyer, that several of them said they were intimidated by the security measures implemented at the courthouse to protect trial participants from protesters. So they are saying that effectively, yes, the jury came down with this decision, but they were being influenced by the social conversation that was going on. Brett, what do you make of that?
I love this. There's so much greatness here. Like every other trial about local police or investigation should happen here. I don't want to pull at that string. We definitely should have the district attorneys who are responsible for dealing with cops on a daily basis and probably have relationships with them. We should have them continue to investigate the cops who kneel on people's necks, for instance. But this one rose to such a high level. And specifically was unfair because I'm sure there's another part of America we could have found where someone could look at a dude kneeling on someone's neck for 8 minutes and be like, nah, that's fine. We just need to find that place. That's where we should have the trial. So stupid.
It's ridiculous. And by the way, in this particularly, like people knew about Floyd and Chauvin everywhere, like all over the country. Now look, he's allowed to do his appeals. That is a part of our justice system. I have this sort of like queasy feeling developing already that like this was basically this is the DOJ like football being held out, thinking, oh, consequences. The football's 22.5 years, and then it's just going to end up dissolving. That could happen. We will have to see. We're not there yet.
And their last, yeah, go ahead.
In that same area in Minneapolis, a new report found that nearly 1 in 4 times that a cop uses force, the evidence in that case contradicts the officer's story. This is what a review of cases found. That is a shockingly high percentage of the time. It is directly contradicted by the eventual evidence. So bear that in mind. And that's on top of all of what else has come out about the MPD, about racial bias and all that. Amazing studies, look them up.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.